So today I'm going to show you some passive income strategies that are not very widely publicized. It's a very easy way that doesn't take much creativity at all to earn thousands of dollars per year without really having to think very much. So the first one is missingmoney.com. Now missingmoney.com searches states for unclaimed property. So whenever you change addresses, for example, whenever you change the address, a lot of these checks, refunds, settlement checks, will be sent to you, and at the time that you move, it goes to the old address and it gets stuck. So all you have to do is search your last name and first name. It searches the various states and it looks for unclaimed property, and then you claim it and it sends it to you. So for example, if you just put in the name, now it searches the various states and you can see the amount that's owed. So some of these are over $100, some of them are less. You'd basically just select claim. They will send you a check. Oh, here's one that's familiar. Donald Trump. We've got one from NBC. This is Trump Towers in New York. Undisclosed amount. We also have one from Ocean Boulevard. This is Mar-a-Lago. This one's also undisclosed. A lot of people have this money available. They just haven't claimed it. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. The next one is class action lawsuits. Now, class action lawsuits, this does not mean that you're going to have to talk to attorneys or anything. These are lawsuits. A lot of these lawsuits have already been settled. The company has already agreed to pay money. And a lot of these, you may be automatically entered. If they know who you are, you may get something in the mail, and all you have to do is add yourself to the class action, and then they'll send you some money. Other ones, you have to identify yourself. So that's what we're doing here. Is some of these, you have to actually submit a claim manually. So this one here, so for example, Google has one right now, a $23 million class action settlement that shows the deadline here. Now this is only $7.70, but it doesn't take very long to do these. You submit a claim, you select submit claim, it shows the award, you click to file a claim, and then you basically just fill out the info. You can use your browser's auto form filler to do a lot of this, and you submit the claim. Now you could do this before you could even finish your coffee in the morning. You could have some of these done. You could have 2 or 3 of these knocked out. And so you don't have to do these all the time. I don't do these all the time, but every so many months I check up on them. Now this is just one website. This is called Top Class Actions. There's various other websites. If you just type class action lawsuit in Google, there's various websites that all do the same thing. So you could just type lawsuits by brand. There's a 3M one for hearing loss. So some of these are state specific. Some of these are for people. Some of these are not going to apply to you. They may be specific worker related issues, state specific, but you can go through and look at some of these and submit the ones that work for you. Here's one, Bank of America. These are debt collection lawsuits, BMW. Okay, so not all of these lawsuits are, $2 or $5 or $10. Some of these, they can be in the thousands. You can get thousands of dollars. I've probably gotten $3,000 from one of these. I had a air conditioner coil lawsuit. Now I had one years ago that I got, and I think I got around $3,000. I actually got 2 checks for it. It was a defective air conditioner coil lawsuit for the air conditioner evaporator coil that's in my home, and somebody came out and I signed up for the settlement, and even though my coil, it was for a rusty coil settlement, even though my coil was not rusty, the company had agreed to the settlement, and they agreed to pay people regardless of whether their coils were rusty or not. I got 2 checks totaling around $3,000 or $4,000, and everything, my AC still worked fine. But they had settled and they sent me the money. It was just a matter of somebody going up in my attic and taking a photo. And so that's a big one. So every once in a while, you can get one like that. The lawsuit may be for something that you've long since disposed of. You may have bought a car and sold it. All you have to do is have owned it for a specific period of time. So the latest one is the Kia Hyundai theft lawsuit. A lot of people are getting their Hyundais or Kia stolen because of weak security that's in the car. And so there's a settlement right now worth $200 million. So even if your car was stolen or you've long since sold the car, it's most likely if you own the car during a specific period of time, you're going to be able to get something out of this. So another one you can do that takes very little effort is credit card deals. you can sign up for credit cards and get cash back. For example, this one here that I have paid me $200 when I signed up, and I spent at least $500. Now that's not a very high spend requirement. So you get $200 when you spend $500 on purchases within the first 3 months of opening. There's no annual fee, so I still have this account open even though I haven't used it in a long time. You can sign up like this. You get the $200. It's very easy. And if you don't want to spend the $500, you spend like you normally would, but you move your spending to this card and then you do the spending. And you can also refer people. Once you have the card, you can refer others. So for example, so you can get money when you sign up with the credit cards, but you can also refer a friend like I'm doing today, and you can get money that way. So I can earn up to $500 when you refer friends for this particular card. So if you sign up, if somebody signs up via this link, I'll get $150 for each approval. So if you do this with Capital One, you sign up with the card, you get the $200, then you refer others, you're going to get $150 for that. So that's very easy to do. Another one doesn't even have a spend requirement. This Discover IT card, which I signed up for, will give you $50 when you sign up. All you have to do is make one purchase. You could go to the dollar store and make one purchase. You're going to get the $50, and they double your categories. So I already had the More card. They approved me for this one. I get $50, and if you refer others, you also get $50. And they double your points at the end of the year. So those 5% categories, you get another 5% on top of that. They'll automatically match for the first year. So you're basically getting 10% on all your categories. You can search for these deals on the various financial websites like NerdWallet for the bank promotions. There's a whole bunch of them. Bank promotions, checking promotions, online savings accounts. You can look for the requirements. It takes very little money or spending for a lot of these. Or you can go to bankbonus.com, which is one I've used sometimes. Now bankbonus.com shows all the amounts up to, some of these require lots of deposits, but some of them don't. Now some of them require direct deposits. If you don't have an employer, often you can do a simple ACH transfer and it'll count as a direct deposit. You can typically get a bonus for personal checking accounts and savings accounts, as well as business bank accounts. Now the business ones usually require that you hold a certain amount of money there for a certain period of time, and they often don't have the direct deposit requirements, whereas the personal ones usually have a direct deposit requirement. But this Chase one, for instance, this one will give you $300 if you deposit $2,000, and I believe the holding period is 60 days. So within 30 days, deposit $2,000 and then maintain that balance for 60 days. So when you actually calculate you're only keeping it there for roughly 3 months. For example, for this one, you're getting $300 for depositing $2,000 for 90 days. So roughly 15% return, and you're not even holding it a full year. So a 15% return for 3 months is a pretty good deal for a very small amount of work. And then if you deposit more, you can get more money. Here's another example of a very good deal. This is from Chase. So if you sign up with any of these 3 cards, you get $200 and you only have to spend $500. That's a 40% discount on your spending. So some of these cards, most of the cards have more than this. They're $1,000 spend or $1,500. And if you can't meet the spending requirement, if you're pushing your spending too far, what you could do is you could buy, some people buy gift cards. Technically, it's usually against the terms of the agreement, but you can buy gift cards from a store like Walmart or something. Or you can pay some of your utilities or expenses ahead of time. You can prepay for 3 or 4 months of electric bills, for example. Rather than spend carelessly, if it's pushing your spending limit, you could actually use the credit card and prepay for your utility bills for 3 or 4 months, 6 months. A lot of electric companies will allow you for a small fee to prepay your electric bill ahead of time for more than what you owe. So if your balance is 0, you could spend $500 at your power company, and then you wouldn't have power bills for several months probably. So this one is 40%. That's hard to beat. Most of them that I sign up with, there's $200 on 1,000. So anywhere from 20% discount to 40% discount typically. Now if you do American Express, it's usually like only 10%. But this is a very easy way to get a little extra money. And so if you've got a card that you like using, You sign up with one of these, then you just stop using the old card, move your spending to the new card until you reach the spending limit, and then you move on to the next one. So you may be asking yourself, why would I sign up for multiple credit cards? It's going to hurt my credit score. Why would I do that? Well, first of all, it really depends on your situation. But for me, my credit score was around 830 or so a couple years ago. And when I started signing up, each one would probably knock it down a few points. And after doing multiple, every 3 months or so getting a new card, my score dropped to maybe 815. And now after about a year or two, it's back up to around 820, 825. And my available credit, I've probably added 10 credit cards in the last 2 years. And my available credit has increased drastically to around $200,000. Despite all that, my credit score's back up to almost 830 again. So it hasn't hurt me too much. Also, we're moving into a high interest rate environment. If you're not borrowing if you're not looking to make loans for a house or a car, then you're probably not worried about your credit score. So then it's definitely probably worthwhile. So all of these deals that I mentioned, all of them, they're not all one-time deals. Some of them you can do over and over. Now the missing money one is probably one time after you move, but all the other ones you can probably do it multiple times, at least for the checking. So with Chase, for instance, you can open a bank account, a Chase bank account, once every 2 years and get the bonus. So you could get the bonus, close the checking account, and then sign up again in another 2 years and get the bonus all over again. And the same goes with the credit cards. You may also be able to do that. Now, I haven't done it with credit cards. I've just been leaving the accounts open, but I'm going to probably start closing them and then signing up again in a year or two. Now, AMEX is an exception. They won't allow you with a lot of their cards to get the bonus. You can get the bonus once in a lifetime, I think, for the platinum and gold, but for the other cards, I think some of them you can actually get the bonus more than once. So this isn't just a one-time thing for a lot of these things. I'll include a link in the description for some of the credit card deals so you can sign up and get a nice bonus. Also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Have a good one.